I love classical music, and I find this excerpt from Twyla Tharp's book, The Creative Habit, about Mozart to be especially interesting. So, Mozart's full name was Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, and this example talks about both about Mozart himself and his father, who is Leopold Mozart. So, here we go. Twyla Tharp writes, there are no natural geniuses. Mozart was his father's son. Leopold Mozart had gone through an arduous education, not just in music, but also in philosophy and religion. Leopold taught young Wolfgang everything about music, including counterpoint and harmony. He saw to it that the boy was exposed to everyone in Europe who was writing good music or could be of use in Wolfgang's musical development. Destiny, quite often, is a determined parent. Mozart was hardly some naive prodigy who sat down to the keyboard and, with God whispering in his ears, let the music flow from his fingertips. It's a nice image for selling movie tickets, but whether or not God has kissed your brow, you still have to work. And nobody worked harder than Mozart. By the time he was 28 years old, his hands were deformed because of all the hours he spent practicing, performing, and gripping a quill pen to compose. That's the missing element in the popular portrait of Mozart. Certainly, he had a gift that set him apart from others. He was the most complete musician imaginable, one who wrote for all instruments in all combinations, and no one has written greater music for the human voice. Still, few people, even those hugely gifted, are capable of the application and focus that Mozart displayed throughout his short life. As Mozart himself wrote to a friend, quote, people err who think my art comes easily to me. I assure you, dear friend, nobody has devoted so much time and thought to composition as I. There is not a famous master whose music I have not industrial studied through many times, end quote. Mozart's focus was fierce. It had to be for him to deliver the music he did in his relatively short life under the conditions he endured, writing in coaches and delivering scores just before the curtain went up, dealing with the distractions of raising a family and the constant need for money. Whatever scope or grandeur you attach to Mozart's musical gift, his so-called genius, his discipline, and work ethic were its equal. So there you go. No natural geniuses, and that's from Twyla Tharp's The Creative Habit.